Welcome back. It is Zach with Triple Z Outdoors, and we are in the garage, in the boat. We are restringing up some poles, well, putting reels back on the boat poles, not the big 12-foot canal bank fishing poles. We had those out because we went into the tournament. One of the funnest tournaments I've ever done. Me and a buddy, Skylar, went and technically finished dead last. But we caught some good fish. And if you stick around, I'll explain that. But the main reason I want to talk about that is with the tournament, there's been some talk about some new regulations in the state of Nebraska about being able to transport live bait. And I had heard be able to transport bluegill. I've actually found things on the internet, because the internet's 100% true, you know. Found on the internet, and I'll put it up here, that it says you can transport bluegill as long as it's not in a contaminated area, you know, with invasive species. But I wanted to do my due diligence, and I also wanted you guys to hear it with due diligence. And I had called and tried to get a hold of multiple Game and Parks officials. Both of them that I talked to were amazing, very descriptive, thorough. They wanted to make sure that the information they were giving was 100% correct. The first one that I talked to, he said he went through everything, and there was not a single thing that had changed. Not in their bylaws, not in their stuff that we as the public get to see. Nothing had changed. So then I was like, well, let's just keep on keeping on with catching bait or buying bait. But then I got a hold of another conservation officer because I wanted multiple opinions. And this conservation officer said that he is one of the first ones to actually get the information that it is legal to transport only, and I emphasize only, green sunfish, yellow bullhead, and black bullhead. That's it. Not regular bluegill, not sunfish, not willy-nilly everything. Those are the three species that you are legally allowed to transport, and you can't, like always, you can't transport with lake water. You have to have clean water from a well. So if you fill up at your house, take your bucket with you. Good luck trying to catch just green sunfish. I think, you know, talking to that conservation officer, he said most of the green sunfish are out east in the state. But hey, I normally catch my stuff at the lake or reservoir or canal that I am at to use. But I wish I would have went and caught some bullheads, because I know a couple spots where I can catch quite a few bullheads, and I think that would have helped in the tournament. But just to clarify, green sunfish, yellow bullheads, and black bullheads are the only things that you can transport live to different lakes, as long as you have clean well water. Not transporting lake waters, you know, keeping those invasive species to zero. But to get to the tournament and explain that, we headed up. It was a 24-hour catfishing tournament on Father's Day. Felt good about it. Took a bunch of bluegill for cut bait. Had them, put them on ice, super fresh that morning. And we went, and I mean, we were living the life. We brought a generator, we had TV, we had a grill, we had flat screen TV watching the Open. It was awesome. Set up on this check. Had taken my toolbox live well that I have used many different times on the boat, and I have a video of making it on the channel. Took it with us. I think by 3 or 4 a.m. we had our 5 fish for roughly 40 pounds. We had a couple 8 to 9 pound flatheads, and the rest were channels. Well, we caught our 6th fish, a whopping 2.5 pound channel. Went to go check the live well, and to our surprise, every fish was dead. Now, I think it was a circulation problem. You know, in the boat, I pump water in from the lake, and then it releases right back out through an overflow valve on the back. Well, we just had it recirculating, and I think that is what caused it. I mean, we were pretty in shock, but we ended up, none of those fish went to waste. We filleted them. Super fresh fish, we'll be able to eat them. And then we had a 2.5 pound channel cat. So we were starting from square one. You know, it was 4 in the morning. We figured, hey, let's wait for the morning bite, see what happens. It's a great tournament. It was only a $50 entry fee, so I mean, I wasn't completely upset. There ended up 51 teams, and it's a pretty good payout. But we sat there, the morning came, you know, we kind of sat there and said, okay, let's pick up. It's been a long 20 plus hours, not even 20, you know, right around 20 hours. And let's pick up, start cleaning up our area, and I think we're just gonna head out and head home, you know. So we started picking up canopy, the table, TV, started putting stuff away. By the time we were getting stuff put away, we looked across, and one of Skylar's poles had a fish on it. You know, it looked like, you know, a smaller channel cat. So we just said, you know, he's on there, let's finish, you know, picking stuff up. Well, his other pole on the other side went off. We were able to have 3 poles per team, or per person per team, so 6 poles total. So his other one on the other side of the canal started going off too. So it looked like another 5 pound fish. Same thing. We were almost done, so we're like, all right, let's pick up. We were pretty much calling it quits then. So if they got off, they got off. Well, I went down the way. I probably had one of my poles probably about 100 yards from where we were set up. Went down to check while he, you know, told him, hey, release the 2.5 pounder. We weren't going to keep it. So he released that, and as I was checking that pole, as I walked to it, could tell that it had been pulled in and was kind of in an undercut in the bank. And got down to the pole, got it, and of course, you know, big old pull, and knew it was good fish. Skylar did not believe me. He asked if I had a big fish. I said, yeah, I need you to bring the net. We had already put the net away. So he, you know, got the net out, ho-hummed down to me, did not believe me. Well, in that time, I was able to get the fish out. And by the time he got there, I had it towards the surface. And he's like, oh shit, you do have a nice fish. We took that fish, went and weighed it, 18 pound flathead. So that was great. That was awesome. We let it go. We did. I mean, a lot of people, you might, you know, oh, you're in a tournament, weigh in any fish, even weigh in that 2.5 pounder, you never know what could happen. Absolutely. From now on, that's what it'll be. I was in a good headspace where it didn't bother me. I was having a great time. Wasn't just about placing or making money or any of that. It was nice to get out and just have fun and fish a new spot. You know, that's kind of, that spot in that canal was where I first started tournament fishing, and it was nice to come back. It's been a while, maybe close to 10 years. But so yeah, we went across. One of the other fish was a 5 pound flathead. The other one was like a 4 pound channel cat. So, you know, that puts us, you know, in the 20s, high 20s. Weight wise, it was 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We had plenty of time till noon to probably try to catch another, you know, couple fish. But we let them all go. Come to find out, winning weight for the tournament out of 51 teams was, I think, 67 pounds total. Second place was 51, and third place, I think, was 33, somewhere around in there. So yeah, we definitely had a shot. If we would have never had the fish die, I definitely think we would have probably been fighting for that second place. First place, they caught a nice 31-pound flathead, so that was big fish. But it was just a great tournament. Yeah, you know, we lost some money. We lost on some potential to win some money, but it is what it is. We had a great time. Hadn't fished with Skylar in a long time, and it was kind of nice to, you know, get together and do that again. He's a new dad, so very, very busy. But it was a great tournament. I mean, anybody in Nebraska, Iowa, the team that won it was from Iowa, but Father's Day, it's a fun tournament. 24 hours, it is a long one, but not a big entry fee, plenty of teams. There was good food, good prizes, a raffle. They had a raffle for a $1,000 fish replica, so that was for free. So I mean, that was pretty cool. There's a lot of good people there, and you know, yeah, do I wish we would have stuck it out, but it is what it is. We had a good time. But that is the story of the tournament. That is the regulations for Nebraska. So all you catfishermen that were super excited, like I was, thinking, oh, they kind of freed up on it. You could use bluegill, you know, transport them. Not quite. It's green sunfish, yellow bullheads, and black bullheads is all. But you know, these flatheads, they sure love bullheads. So if you can find a place that you can get them, go right on ahead. That's just what I've heard from the local game wardens. Wanted to do the due diligence. I know, like Pig Patrol out, I think he's in eastern Nebraska, he had a video on it, and at first he was unclear, I think, and that's kind of where I heard it from originally, and I was excited. But I think in the video he does explain, you know, green sunfish and the bullheads. But I've heard from a lot of people that they're thinking that it's bluegill. It's bluegill and bullheads, anything a bluegill or sunfish, and it's not. So be safe. Always make sure that you do your due diligence and follow up. That's what your, you know, game wardens are for. They do a wonderful job. They work hard. Some people may not like them, but guess what? If you're doing things legally, you have nothing to worry about. They're great people. So just know those are the regulations. Get out there, you know, have fun, go fishing, but do it the right way, do it legally, and have a good day.